coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. They all getting featured. Said it's Tanesha's tip. Coming all three speakers. Coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. Yeah. It's your girl Tanesha, straight magic. The greatest book reviews, let's get at it. She not here to offend, she just honest. Bringing reads that may leave you astonished. And plus she do shows. She cover all like hands, knees, and toes. Don't lollygag, no, she just roll. Then it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Said it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Tanesha's tip, coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. Said it's Tanesha's tip, coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. Yeah. Hey. It ain't for the clout, it's honest. See the truth when you look beyond it. Book shows, not to mention movies. She give or take in a great way, you'll see. Check it out, see if you agree. If you vibe, yes, it's meant to be. And baby, you don't even need the script. Learn it all with Tanesha's tips. Tanesha's tip, coming all three speakers. Yeah. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured.
Hi, and welcome to Tanesha's Tips. Today we're going to read off of Amazon's First Reads. You can access this by amazon.com/first reads. And basically what happens is if you are a Prime or I guess Kindle Unlimited member, I think it's like up to $13 now. It used to be $11.99. But basically they have a plethora of free books that you can read every month. But with that subscription, they give you the option to get First Reads where it's free. You actually own the book for free, but it's a book of your choice. And they maybe have, I guess this week or this month, I should say, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 books to choose from, and they are different genres. So you get a choice of one full book, and they have been doing bonus books, bonus short stories, I guess, that you can have for free as well. So without further ado, I am going to let you know what books are on for this month. Read the short synopsis, and you can choose. And probably by the end, I'll say which ones I'm leaning toward getting. So since we all know that the short story is free, it's a bonus read, I automatically am going to get that one. This one is called Abscond, and it's by Abraham Verghese. I may have said that wrong, but well, you guys will see. I'm going to put it up probably on this side, maybe. I don't know. I think my camera is inverted, so it is what it is. So, let's see. The synopsis for this is, fate challenges a boy to find his place in the world in a powerful short story by Abraham Verghese, the New York Times bestselling author of The Covenant of Water. A lot of people have read that book. I have never read the synopsis, but maybe I'll look into it. So, the synopsis is, it's a New Jersey summer in 1967, and 13-year-old Ravi Ramanathan has the makings of a tennis prodigy. His surgeon father encourages his ambition, while his mother dreams of their only child following his father's path. Surrounded by his parents' love, Ravi chafes a bit at their daily routine and little traditions. Then, one unexpected day, everything changes. Realizing how much he took for granted, Ravi must grow up overnight and find a new role in his life of his family. So this is very short. It's 38 pages. So I'm kind of intrigued. And I mean, you know, maybe I'll read that real quick. I'm going to get it, obviously, but it sounds pretty good. This is a crime thriller, Fog and Fury, and it's by Rachel Housel Hall. And the synopsis goes as this. She's a new PI in a beautiful seaside town. It's dirtier than it looks and more dangerous too. In a twisting novel of suspense by Anthony Award-nominated author These Toxic Things. After 10 years on the force, LAPD cop Sonny Rush relocates with her elderly mother to a peaceful haven, California, to join her godfather's burgeoning PI business. When crimes could possibly happen in a town nicknamed Mayberry by the Sea, Sonny first case, Fine Figgy, a missing golden doodle, last seen sporting a Versace collar. At least scouting out a dog napper gives Sonny a chance to get to know her new neighbors. 48 hours into town, and Figgy's disappearance entangles Sonny in an unwelcome reunion with her ex, one of Haven's wealthiest citizens. And when the body of a teenage boy is found along a popular hiking trail, Sonny is drawn into a web of strange beyond anything she ever saw in LA. Then comes a local warning: question everything. Haven hides secrets that could destroy its idyllic fate or destroy Sonny first. This is 386 pages. And it's book 1 of 2, so there's another one to come. Being as though I have a golden doodle myself, she's a mini, I might look into this one. So that might be a possibility. Let's see. Next book is historical fiction. I'm not a historical girly, especially if they're talking about corsets and stuff like that. Like, that's just a big no for me. But I don't know. Just looking at this cover, I don't think they're going to be talking about that. It might be history, and I ain't into history like that either. But anyway, American Sky, and it's by Carolyn Dasher. 3 generations of indomitable women navigate life on their own terms in an epic and inspiring historical novel about love and war, family secrets, and mothers and daughters finding the freedom to fly. In 1943, the war rages. The newly launched WASP program is recruiting. A barnstormer fan, Georgianne, and they call her George, Ector's dream is to take to the skies. Grit is what she inherited from her mother, an Oklahoma farm girl at the turn of the new century who preferred taking apart an engine to stitching linens for a hope chest. She taught her daughter well. George isn't the only woman about to follow her calling. Then there's Vivian Shaw. So similar to George, they're like sisters. Also longs for a career flying the fastest planes in American arsenal. For a time, George and Vivian triumph. But at war's end, the adventurous women are grounded by the expectations of others to get married, have children, and raise a family. Vivian has other plans, so eventually do George's daughters, Ruth and Ivy, who embark on very different paths of their own. 3 generations of women, staring down a vast horizon of possibilities, are determined to navigate whatever comes their way, from the hardships of war and home to love and loss, and to the fallout of a long-held secret that could change their lives forever. So for me, sounds good, and then it don't, because I mean, you know, I don't know if that whole get married, have children, raise a family thing is true now, but that certainly that American dream is to have, you know, the house and the kids and husband or whatever. Is just not the thing, and I don't know whose dream that is. It sounds like a nightmare to me, but whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I don't know, it turned me off with the whole war thing, and I don't want to go back out. No history stuff. That's just me. Maybe you like it. It's 443 pages, so it's a good, you know, healthy book. The next book is women's fiction, and it's called Lightning in a Mason Jar, and it's by Catherine Mann. Okay, so this one is synopsis. In South Carolina, a woman discovers her aunt's profound secrets in an emotional novel spanning decades about trauma, survival, and the bonds of female friendship by a USA Today bestselling author. Since Bailey Ray Rigsby's adoptive aunt Winnie passed, Bent Oak, South Carolina doesn't have much to hold onto her anymore, so it seems. Bailey Ray aims to settle the small estate, and armed with her aunt's inspiring personal cookbook, buy a food truck with the ocean view in Myrtle Beach. Everything goes awry when a distraught young mother arrives in town clutching a copy of that same cookbook. Embedded inside is a code that promises a safe place in Bent Oak for desperate women on the run. For Bailey Ray, it opens up a world of questions. Who really was the beloved aunt she's known most of her life? Winnie Ballard's story reaches back 50 years, one of a Southern debutante's harrowing marriage of her escape and reinvention, and the galvanizing friendships of 3 resilient women who overcame their traumas, created a shelter, and found purpose. But there's more to Winnie's deliverance and long-held secrets than Bailey Ray imagines. With each revelation, Bailey Ray draws on her aunt's courage to find purpose herself. For now, whatever threats may come, Bailey Ray isn't going anywhere. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, again, in the third paragraph of this synopsis, it kind of tells what they end up doing or whatever. In the book, it's 270 pages. Doesn't seem like a big, long read, but that didn't just strike me. Still on a quest looking for the book that I'm going to choose. Okay. Next book is historical fantasy. I'm not a fantasy girly, but hey, let's see what it's about. The Golden Age of Magic. Luann G. Smith is the author. And the synopsis of this book is, against the backdrop of 1920s Hollywood, a young fairy godmother on a mission is embroiled in malicious magic, mystery, and murder in a thrilling historical fantasy by best-selling author of Divine Witch. Yep, this ain't my thing, but let me go ahead and read. It might be yours. Celeste is about to become one of the 13 Thieves Gardeners. I don't know, it's a foreign name. I don't know. A centuries-old sisterhood of fairy godmothers. To be granted full status, she must usher her first protege onto their path of destiny. Where better to find a starry-eyed ward than the land of magic and illusions called Hollywood? It's 1927. The movie-making business is booming when Celeste befriends a young studio seamstress whose dreams outshine everyone else's. Rose is talented and underappreciated and could use some enchanted intervention in her life. Plans proceed swimmingly, and Celeste even catches the eye of a handsome producer. But after a series of unexplained accidents on the studio lot, it stirs up rumors of a curse. Celeste fears the trouble is more personal, the spiteful meddling of a fellow Gardene out to thwart Celeste's success. That's a lot. But the sabotage turns sinister when a starlet is murdered, and it's Rose who stands accused. As vengeance, dark magic, and betrayal wreak havoc, Celeste must come into her full power to save her innocent protege and secure her own future in a shell, ancient, and now threatened sisterhood. This is one of 2 books. It's 248 pages. Doesn't seem like it's very big, but again, I'm not a fantasy chick. This might be your thing. I don't want to go back to 1927. Just me. I'm not a historical fiction or fantasy or historical fiction chick either. So historical fiction, fantasy meets each other, and it's a no for me. Okay, then we have a domestic drama, and it's called Woman on the Verge by Kim Hooper. Okay, and the synopsis goes like this. A sexy, propulsive meditation on modern motherhood, tracking the lives of 3 women as they struggle to define themselves in the face of new obligations and heightened expectations. Some women with their perfect children and pricey athleisure make motherhood look easy, but not Nicole. She never wanted to be a stay-at-home parent. Losing her job left her no choice. Now, between her toddler's demands, husband's distance, and a father's deteriorating health, she's pulled in every direction except her own. Something has to give. Katrina's in the same dissatisfied boat. After flirting with a handsome stranger at a bar, she's ready to choose pleasure over responsibility. But when her impulse goes surprisingly awry, she must reconcile her reawakened desires with the realities of home. Housewife Rose battles the constraints of motherhood in the 80s. Venting her growing restlessness into a diary of secret ambitions, she wonders whether it's all worth it. Is an unhappy mother really better than a selfish one? In a shocking twist, the women find themselves intertwined, but as they face their longings head on, it's unclear whether they're destined for a breakthrough or a breakdown. And it's 357 pages. I'm not mad at it, but I ain't nobody mama. Well, I'm a little doodle, but other than that, like, this is probably not gonna be it, but yeah, okay. Okay, next book is a legal thriller. It is called Reckoning Hour, and it's by Peter O'Mahony. And the synopsis goes like this. Reckoning Hour, and it's a Dean Lincoln legal thriller book. Murder, Arson, Secrets, Justice About to Come Home. Big city defense lawyer Dean Lincoln left his picturesque hometown of Beaufort years ago. But now, the lure of small town life and family matter have drawn him back. Amidst the sultry heat and the Spanish moss, and beneath the facade of southern small town charm, Lincoln begins work again and is immediately thrown into two cases. A rich kid charged with murder and a poor kid accused of arson. Both swear they are innocent. Both feel the system is trying to crush them. And in this corner of the South, guilt is rarely decided in a courtroom. Lincoln's return has stirred a long-standing grudge, and it could cost him everything: his career, his clients, even his life. As the clock runs out on the truth, trouble is closing in fast. This is one of 3 books, 315 pages. Now, I did get intrigued just because it's in Beaufort, and I'm guessing it's Beaufort, South Carolina. I was stationed there once upon a time. So, yeah, that might be something I'm leaning toward. So that's a good number 2. Okay, the next book is a psychological thriller, and it's called Tiny Daggers, and it's by Caroline Corcoran. Okay, this one goes like this. A stinging tale of old friendship turned deadly. By turns glamorous, devious, and decidedly dark, Tiny Daggers is a twisty delight. Alex Michaelides, author of The Silent Patient. If y'all read that book, that was a good one. That's what they said. And then also described as an absolutely essential book for everyone's summer reading list. And that's by Katie Brent, author of How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. The most dangerous predators in Miami don't bite, they brunch. Expat Holly Jones has built the perfect life for herself in an exclusive area of Miami. The beautiful house, the inviolable family. So the last person she expects to bump into one morning is a ghost from her old life in London, someone she hasn't seen in over 20 years, the other Holly, Holly Wilde. Single, sexy, and a world away from the frumpy sidekick she was at school, Holly Wilde quickly becomes an unavoidable part of Holly Jones's life. She is everywhere, in her home, in her marriage, and especially in her head. Is this just really a chance reunion, or is there something more sinister lurking behind her seemingly flawless facade? As the oppressive heat intensifies, Holly Jones is haunted by memories she spent decades trying to bury. Is she being paranoid, or is Holly Wilde really out to steal her life? At school, they were known as Good Holly and Bad Holly. But as their twisted game of cat and mouse escalates, it's no longer clear which one is which. Now that might be pretty good. Okay, that's a number 3. Okay, I got something to judge and juggle. Okay, so the last book is a sexy romance. It's called The Invitation, and it's by Jodi Ellen Malpass. Okie dokie. It's an ambitious career woman, an enigmatic billionaire. There's more to their affair than meets the eye in this scalding romance by #1 New York Times bestselling author, This Man series. Amelia Lansby desires a breather from work and from the stress of the recent breakup. Courtesy of her best friend, she gets a day of pampering at a posh country spa called Arlington Hall. Instead of finding calm, she finds her pulse racing when she sees flawlessly rugged Jude Harrison. Hand on heart, she never laid eyes on such a stunner. An unexpected steam room meet takes their instant attraction to a whole new level. Amelia wasn't looking for an intense new affair, but the passion Jude ignites is off the charts, even if he is a little possessive, even if his temper can be as formidable as the influence he has on her body. He becomes all the more intriguing when Amelia discovers that Jude is not only owns Arlington Hall, but that their meeting was no accident. It was planned. But to what end? That's a mystery as irresistible as Jude is himself. Is he worth the risk, or is he the man who could break her? Now listen. Okay, now this is one or two books. It's 329 pages and okay then, Jody Ellis Mopos, we might have something here. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But I have 3 solid books to choose from, and like I said, so I am vying between I liked Reckoning Hour, Tiny Daggers. Let me see, did I say Woman on the Verge? I don't think. Woman on the Verge? I don't know which one I said. But anyway, I got something to choose from. But of all of them, we know I'm going to get the short book, or the short story, which is Abscond. Since it's 38 pages, you know, I can read that in a couple minutes. Yeah, so which books would you get? Are you interested in? Again, I'm going to put them up so that you guys can see. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.
And plus she do shows. She cover all like hands, knees, and toes. Don't lollygag, no, she just roll. Then it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Woo. Ha. Said it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Tanesha's tip, coming all 3 speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies.